Jeremiah 30 verse 8. In that day, declares the Lord of hosts, I will break the yoke from off your neck, and I will burst your bonds, and foreigners shall no more make a servant of him. SV. Verse breakdown. In that day. This points to a decisive moment initiated by God, not human effort. It refers to a future intervention where God acts with authority and finality. Deliverance is timed by God, not negotiated by people. Declares the Lord of hosts. The promise is backed by the highest authority. Lord of hosts emphasizes God as commander over all powers, spiritual, political, and military. No opposing force outranks him. I will break the yoke from off your neck. The yoke symbolizes oppressive control, forced labor, and prolonged suffering. God does not loosen it, he breaks it. This is not partial relief but decisive liberation. I will burst your bonds. Bonds represent systems, habits, and powers that restrain freedom. The language is violent and final. God destroys what enslaves, not merely manages it. Foreigners shall no more make a servant of him. This speaks to the end of illegitimate domination. What had no covenant right to rule over God's people is permanently removed. Restoration includes sovereignty and dignity. Sermon. When God breaks the yoke. Jeremiah 30 is addressed to a people crushed by exile, discipline, and loss. Jeremiah 30 verse 8 stands as a turning point. God announces an end to captivity and exploitation. This verse confronts a dangerous lie, that bondage is permanent. God does not deny that Israel was under a yoke. He acknowledges the reality of oppression. But he also makes clear that bondage never has the final word. The same God who allowed discipline now announces deliverance. Notice the verbs, I will break, I will burst. God is the active agent. Deliverance is not the result of improved behavior, political alliances, or spiritual performance. It is an act of divine intervention. The yoke is broken, not transferred. The bonds are burst, not upgraded. And foreign masters lose their authority completely. This reveals a core truth. God does not rescue his people, so they can remain controlled by lesser powers, whether external systems or internal strongholds. For today, this verse speaks to spiritual slavery, generational oppression, fear-based obedience, and illegitimate control. God's intention is not survival under pressure but restored freedom under his lordship. When God breaks a yoke, it does not return. When God ends servitude, it ends permanently. The issue is not whether the yoke is heavy. The issue is whether